All right, so I was scrolling today and I noticed a couple of posts from unrelated people, like they're not connected in any way, but I just noticed about 3 or 4 posts, and I've heard this debate before, but it just, I don't know. It popped up a lot today, so I'm going to speak on it. What I want to talk about is this whole anti-struggle love movement that's sprouting about amongst women, especially Black women as of late. Right. So, I mean, I totally understand that. Like, who wants to be invited to a fucked up situation, right? Why would you get with anyone, be it man or woman, who is not in a stable place financially, emotionally, spiritually, all of that. But for all intents and purposes right now, we're talking about financially. Why would you get with someone who is not in a place financially that is stable? So I get that part, right? But it's like, it seems like people are creatures of extremes. Like, it goes from anti-struggle love to hypergamy real quick. And that is also not kosher. It's really not. Like, how dare you, as a strong, independent woman, expect to come in on a situation where this man has worked hard to get where he is without any of your input or help, and then expect to reap all the benefits and rewards as though you were there shooting in the gym whole time. Like, don't nobody owe you nothing. Now, I could understand if you have also busted your ass solo to get to a certain level financially, and now you're looking for a viable partner that matches you, and so that you guys are equally yoked. That's totally different. But what I'm seeing is women who aren't that, fixing their mouths to say, I'm not about no struggle love. Baby, you struggling by yourself. So you look real good finding another struggling motherfucker, and y'all get together and y'all put y'all 2 nickels together to make a dime. That whole getting a man who has it all, that's for women who either A, also have it all, or, B, you are that woman who don't mind struggling with somebody and y'all getting it together. Period. Point blank. Like, how can you expect, like, well, or let me put it this way. How would you feel if, you busted your ass, you financially stable, you got your own everything, no handouts, no help, no Section 8, no food stamps, no public assistance, no mama and daddy, no trust fund, you got it out the mud, literally. You working 80 hours a week at a 9 to 5, plus putting in that same effort on your own endeavors, and you finally get to a point where you can relax and take a break, and then some dusty man come along and say, I need for you to lift me up. You're going to turn your nose up at that and be like, who? Where? Where do they do that at? Right? So I don't understand. Like, and I understand that you know, men are supposed to be the protectors and the providers, right? Okay, that's all fine and dandy if you expect the man to be a provider, but men are supposed to be protectors and providers to their wives, not a chick they dating, and y'all haven't even, made that commitment to each other, right? That's like renting an apartment and then, because you don't like the carpet, you going in and you putting in brand new hardwood floors and, you redoing the countertops, putting marble in that thing, and, you're painting it, and you just remodeling a whole rented ass apartment. What happened when that lease is up? All that money you put into it is now down the fucking drain. So that's the equivalent of, being a protector and a provider to a woman who is not your wife. And that's just how I feel. Now, as I stated before, if she's also contributing, that's all fine and dandy. Y'all in the struggle together. That's not necessarily struggle love. One person's not carrying the other one. But when you bring somebody in and y'all are not equally yoked financially, somebody's gonna feel used. Period, point blank. And if you really want to make sure that both of you are protected, not only financially but emotionally, go ahead and take them vows. Go ahead and do that. Just to get something on paper. And I know a lot of you who know me are probably like aghast that Dee Dee, of all people, was fixing their mouth to say, put it on paper, because for a long time I was very vocal about it's not that serious. I don't even think I believe in marriage. But as I've gotten older and wiser, and I've seen a few things, happen to other people as well as myself, I just feel that, you really need to get it on paper. And a lot of people who are, romantics at heart will say that finances and love do not mix. They have nothing to do with the other. Like, one has nothing to do with the other, but it has everything to do with the other. It really does. For true love to blossom, I feel, and grow as it should, you do need to be equally yoked across the board, and that includes finances. So again, if you dusty, you need to be looking to be with some dusty person, and y'all knock the dust off together. If you've worked hard solo, then most definitely be searching for someone else who has worked hard solo and reached a certain level. Or, again, too, I understand that you can't help who you fall in love with. And sometimes you do fall for someone who is not at the same financial level as you. And in those instances, the only thing that I would say is take it slow and keep it all separate until y'all ready to make it official, or until y'all are a little more closely similar across the board. But, what are your thoughts? Am I tripping? Do I sound like an advocate for struggle, love, and dustiness, or do it make sense? Let me know what you think.